Homework.
Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I hope that it's pretty where you're at. It's been raining here all day, and the temperature's going to drop down to freezing tonight. Freezing!
It's 72 now.
Well, not here. It's 46. But they're saying that by daylight in the morning, it's going to be freezing, and I ain't looking forward to that at all. It's too early. We're just in the middle of October. They could wait to that till like February and then warm up.
Who do we have to call, Brenda?
Let's call Susan.
She controls the weather?
Well, maybe. She
Okay.
she may know who's in charge if she can't take care of it.
You know, I'm trying to woo her back into my good graces. I don't want to waste a phone call for just that topic. It might mess up my chances.
What will we do about this weather out here in the Midwest? What are we gonna do? Susan, help us! Help! Help me, Susan! Help me!
Oh my goodness.
Well, I hope everybody's doing good out there. Let's see, we got a few in the chat room. It looks like Jim Bashirs is out there, bless his heart. Supposed to have surgery this week, but the doctor was afraid of him and ran away. And so he's got to come up with a new surgeon, and it's always something, ain't it? We got Anita's New Adventures out there. We got Mel out there. We got Harmel Media out there. We got Simply Wooden Creations. That's Russ Clarity. Glad to have him with us. Boy, I tell you what, we need to get this house packed tonight. We're going to do a giveaway here in a little bit, so be sure and share it out. Share. Did I mention share? Share.
Share like you mean it.
Hit that like button, and if you don't like it, hit that down button twice. That way you get it right. Either way, I don't care. It's a hit.
Yeah, it's all YouTube interaction. It's all the same.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been wild around here. It's always something. No matter which way you turn, there's always something going on. The big thing has been the garage, trying to get the garage all ready. I can get the car in it now.
This is week 3 of the garage saga, right?
No, this is 2 months.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Frankie's CNC and Woodworking channel showed up, and so did Enjoy Jax. Welcome, you two.
Good to see you both. Welcome to the crazy house.
Crystal McGuire's here too. Hi, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Good to see you. Hey, I got an envelope over here that's ready to go to the post office for you. See, I sent her. Here's the deal. I sent her replacement stickers because hers got burned up in the fire, and they came back today in the mail saying that they didn't like the address I put on there.
Oh no.
And so she had to correct her address for me. I can only put on there what you tell me to put on. So I put what you told me to put on this time. We'll see if it gets there this time. But no, 2 months, because I'm counting from the time I found my van in the driveway cut up with a Sawzall. That was 2 months ago last Sunday.
Okay. Wow.
And so I started in pretty quick there on trying to figure out how can I get a car in there, even if I get in a different car, how am I going to get in that garage? Because I had all that stuff in there that I'd moved from the other place 8 years ago that I'd never been through.
Get the bulldozer. Clean it out.
And I had to restack that stuff like 5 times in there. Going through and throwing a little. I didn't want to throw too much out, but if it was obvious that it had to be pitched, okay,
don't breathe on it wrong or it'll fall over.
Oh, there could be an avalanche from hell in there as it is. But yeah, and then things had to be repaired. The garage door opener had to be repaired. The side door on it was rotten when I moved in, so I'd ripped that off and put a piece of wood over top of it. And I couldn't leave it that way because if something malfunctioned with the garage door opener and I couldn't get the garage door to open, I had no way to get in the garage.
Yeah. You'd be locked out of your own garage.
Yeah. So I had to get a new door put on. And this garage is not like the normal garages like y'all are used to, with your high-tech fancy garages that have been custom built and all that. No, this thing used to be like a horse barn, where they kept a horse and a buggy in it at one time. and it was put together with cross beams. There are no 2x4.
No studs every 16 inches.
No.
My
No,
goodness, what?
no.
They're
They
not
never
like
heard of that.
logs that are shaved off.
Yeah, it's all
Oh
hand
my
hewn
gosh,
timber.
Brenda.
Yeah, it's all hand hewn timber on the inside with siding all over the outside of it. And it's that composite siding. It's not your nice either metal or vinyl siding.
Does
No,
it
it's
pass
composite.
code, or would it pass code?
No.
Jeez.
There ain't nothing in it square.
Oh,
Not
no.
one thing in it that's square.
Hey,
It's
Mr. Doughboy 356 is here. Hi, Mr. Doughboy.
Hey, Mr. Doughboy. Yeah, it's been rewired, I don't know, about a half dozen times in there. And so, all these old wires couldn't tell what they was supposed to go to or anything else.
No knob and tube is there.
Yeah, there was. And so we had to get rid of that, and we had to put in new wiring, and we had to put in a new garage door opener. But everything is like you do this, and then you look back and say, oh, this ain't going to work until we fix that.
One thing leads to another, or got to get through multiple things to get what you want done. I get it. Hey, Enjoy Jax has a question. She says, am I a fancy Yankee with my automatic garage door opener?
Yeah, and I become one now, because now I got an automatic garage door opener too. And see, mine had one in it when I moved here, but it didn't work. It was broken. And so I never worried about it, because I thought I'm only going to go out there maybe once every 3 or 4 months to put something in or take something out. And I don't need a fancy garage door opener on that thing for what I'm going to do. Yeah. Well, now that I'm going to be in and out of there, 2 or 3 times a week, getting my car in and out of it, I need the garage door opener on it. So,
gotcha.
Then we went through 3 garage door openers till we finally found one that would work.
Well, you said the one was defective. You had it all installed, and parts were messed up on it or something like that.
Yeah. And then the second one, I didn't ever actually get my hands on it. I ordered it because they said they had it in stock and I could go pick it up. And then they told me that I couldn't pick it up for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't pick it up for 2 weeks? Can't somebody just go back and pull it off the shelf? Do I need to come over there and get it myself off the shelf? Seriously? And she says, well, the reason that you can't come and get it off the shelf is there are none there. And I said, then why does it say on the website that you have them in stock? It's not in stock if it's not on the shelf. So I had to cancel that one and go someplace else and actually physically get the garage door opener.
Crazy. Hey, Nana's Cooking Craft Corners here. She says, hope you're well, Brenda.
Hey, Nana, good to see you. Well,
I'm good too.
I'm as good as anybody can be expecting.
My shoulder hurts a little bit. I had the flu shot today.
You did not.
Well, sure.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I don't want the flu. That stuff's nasty.
It's liable to give you brain damage. Well, how would we tell?
It's just the dead flu, cells are getting shoved in me.
We'd be hard pressed to figure that one out, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We can't blame it on the flu shot.
No, Jackson's brother got the flu shot today too. Yeah. And I tell you what, go to CVS and punch in all your information, and it's like a revolving door. They don't even give you a receipt. You don't have to go to the register or not, because I have the insurance, but I put all the insurance information in, and people were coming up. I need a flu shot. They're like, it's going to be an hour. I walk in on my scheduled appointment. They're like, sit over there. After I checked in, people were giving me the side eye, like I had some secret, VIP status. I'm like, just go to the freaking website, people.
Oh, mercy. No, not for me. No.
Well, there's a pneumonia shot. Cool. Anita's new adventure says she got the flu and pneumonia. See how pneumonia is spelled with a P? Mm-hmm. There's a comedian that's
Pomoni.
Yeah, he says, do you ever try and say letters over the phone and you try and use like the military alphabet to declare what letter you're talking about, because an M and an N sound the same if it's like a bad connection? And he says, I always fumble when I get to P. I say P as in pneumonia or P as in pterodactyl. Or P as in phlegm. The P can have so many sounds. Oh, your brother from another mother's here.
Hey, Jim Dockrell, good to see you. Hey, he's just got a few more nights in his old house, and then he's moving over to the church.
He's moving on up.
He's liable to get struck by lightning. He goes over there. That's what we'll see on Facebook next. I hope there's a film. I hope that they video it.
I was watching a YouTube channel where the guy bought a dilapidated church and he's building it up, and it had foundation issues, and he's punching out the wall, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Nana says that she loves the wood designs around us here that I've got set up for the background on the StreamYard.
Oh, nice. Well, I like wood. I have this channel, so I like
wood things. And now, speaking of stickers, now Matt's got his stickers, and I got my stickers. And if you want stickers from us, just let us know. We're pretty easy to find most every place on the internet. Some wood things or BrendaG's designs. You can look us up on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or most any place and get a hold of us, Messenger, and let us know. Get us your address, and we'll send you stickers.
Yeah, this one I'll send out. Just tell me your address. You don't need to give me anything. This one's $1 or more patron on Patreon. And if you just want to sign up for 1 month and get the sticker and then drop off, that's fine too.
Speaking of stickers, look what I got.
Ooh, Moz 42.
I got stickers from Moz, and he sent me some itty bitty ones too. Some itty bitty ones. And he sent me some business cards. These are from Australia.
Awesome.
And so I'm sending him back some of mine.
Leonard Davis is here. Hi, Leonard Davis.
Hi, Leonard. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell all your friends, get as many people in here as you want to. We're going to have a drawing here in a little bit because I've got a number that I've had hermetically sealed in a mason jar over on Funkin' Wagnall's porch since 8 o'clock this morning. And
it's the winning number. Announce it as the winning number.
It's the winning number. Yeah.
That's how she runs her.
Yeah, I don't write down the losing number. I write down the winning number.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think we missed anybody. I was kind of looking. Mark Lindsay just came in. Says, sorry I'm late. He's editing this weekend's video.
Oh, good.
Better late than never. We haven't done the drawing yet. Y'all want to get in here for the drawing.
We are pro video editing here on the BrendaG's Designs channel.
Well, you are. I'll eventually have to do some editing on some stuff. And once things settle down here, once the garage is done, that's the nightmare thing, is getting that garage done. And once it's finished, then I can concentrate on all the other stuff that I got to do. I'd like to get it done for snowflies because, I've got some projects where I need to do some stuff outside, set my saw up and cut some wood and do some stuff. Jim Docker says he'll be accepting housewarming gifts starting next week, 50s and 100s preferred. Well, and what, in number of logs you're going to need to stay warm up there at the North Pole?
What about twos? Are twos favorable? Hey, I got some questions from Nan. Well, a statement. She says she likes the background. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
That's his room. That's no green screen.
I'm sort of nuts with the lights. I like cool lights. And she says, so do you play the piano? I have been playing the piano for only a year and a half. So yes, I'm learning the basics and I'm having fun every step of the way. I did have one-on-one lessons weekly for about 5 months, but I stopped that. And I'm being taught by an app that you can, an app on my, this is a iPad. Don't know if you can see that. Mm-hmm. And it teaches you how to play. It's really cool. And I'm having a lot of fun. And I just learned Bohemian Rhapsody. Mm. And it has slow, medium, and fast. And I just passed the slow version. It's very hard. A lot of different finger combinations. But yeah, I'm having fun. I'm doing it just for fun. I have no aspirations to be in a band or to play publicly. I'm doing it because I enjoy it.
Frankie said that he found an extra chainsaw in his shop. He said, I knew I had one, but found a second one. I found one out in my shop the other day, an electric chainsaw. And I was wondering whatever had become of it, But when you get out there digging in that pile of stuff, then you start finding a few things. There's still some things that I have not found. I had a reciprocating saw, and I never have found that. And other little things that are missing. Can't find my air chisel, and so you got to wonder how much stuff actually walked off and how much stuff's still buried out there someplace. Now
Frankie's got the chainsaws he didn't know he had, and I have a similar problem, but with handheld routers. I couldn't tell you how many I own because I always stumble upon. Oh, I forgot I had that one. I love them. Steve shared and liked, and he can now relax and heckle everybody.
Yep, that's good.
Excuse me, he says y'all. Heckle y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jax, just a clarification. Brenda is north of the Mason-Dixon line. Yes. She had a comment, sort of.
Yes, I live in Indiana.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Ohio by a bunch of rogue rednecks, and hence the, I guess, redneck drawl. People think that it sounds Southern, but it is not Southern. If you tell a Southern person that you think I sound Southern, they'll slap you.
And Portal Woodworks is here. Hi, David.
Hey, David. Good to see you. Yeah, Southern people, they have a quiet drawl to their voice. It's a slow Southern drawl. I've just got a big loud mouth. That's all it is.
See, now I know, she says. See, we aim to please here, Jax.
That's right. And, I just got a big old loud mouth. I've had people tell me that they think that I'm too quiet. And one person said that they thought that I was too quiet. So they sent me one of these so that I'd be heard when I when I get on the YouTube. Got to be heard.
If anyone thinks you're too quiet, I think they might need a little inspection of the upstairs, if you know what I mean.
Then I've had some people say, "Why do you yell at us all the time? Why are you always yelling at us? You yell that howdy at us, and then you get on that Heifer Haven and you say, dear Heifer Haven. Why do you do?" I said, "Because I'm big and bold." There you got it. You're not gonna get no little quiet wallflower thing out of me.
Sometimes simple is a good answer. That's why.
I had one, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I've got that serious saying, and that's why I'm still single. Well, I had one feller tell me once, I don't know if I ever put this one up, but I had one feller tell me once, you're about the biggest girl that I've ever dated. And you're like, okay, where's this going to go? And he says, but you're also the most fun. I'll take it.
Sounds like a win to me.
Oh, when are you doing the show next week? I'll be on the road heading north. It'll be Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's our live stream show every week. Never fails. Every week, 7 p.m. I'm always here. Matt's not always here. Sometimes I have somebody sit in for him, but I'm always here.
I've missed 2 shows and 5 minutes of a third show. That's a pretty good record.
Well, sometimes you go to ball games. Sometimes you take a busman's holiday or whatever. And I have Al or Shelly or I had Scott sit in for you. I
may have been out 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you've been out several times. Al sit in several times for you, and Scott sat in, and Shelly sat in, and yeah. So you've been out, but I'm always here. I'm reliable. That's one. Nobody can argue that I am a very reliable individual. You can always depend on me to be there to give you hell whenever you need it. You can always depend on me.
Better never than late. See, Portal's giving it to me. He says Matt is hoarding routers, and he talks about my tool collection. I'm like, touche.
I seem to hoard screwdrivers. I don't know why, but I have an abundance. There's probably
abundance of the flathead kind, not the Phillips.
Any kind of screwdriver. I've got probably 3 or 4 boxes just of screwdrivers.
I always buy them, half flat and half Phillips. I always lose And then the flats, they just collect, because they're never used.
But see, I don't buy them. That's the thing. I don't buy them. I inherit them. I've got ex-husbands. I've got dead husbands. I've got maintenance people. I've got dads. I've got my grandpas. And I don't think I've ever bought a screwdriver.
See, look at the chat. It says, Matt, you're grounded now. And then Nana says, Matt looks like he's good for you. And Harneo Media hoards websites. Truth. Oh, hoard, that's different, says Jim Bashirs. Any Robertson screwdrivers, ? Says Jim.
What's a Robertson screwdriver? I may have them. I just don't know what it's called.
I do not know.
The fella that I've got out there that helped me with the garage, my maintenance feller, he laughs at me all the time because he's asked me, he'll ask me a proper name for something. Do you have a so-and-so, and I'll like, well, I don't know what that is, but I got one of these here doohickeys and I got one of these thingamajobbers and
oh, it's the square that has like a Craig, like the Craig jib.
Probably.
It's a square. Those squares are really good because they don't slip out. Never slip out.
And I've got sets of the tips that you put into the ratchety kind, and that have all different kinds of tips on them, star tips and all that kind of thing. There's 4 or 5 different sets of them that I saw while I was
They used to make the tips out of hardened steel. And they would last forever. And now they're so soft.
Yeah, they're making my lead.
You burn them all up and grind them all down.
They make my lead, I think.
Yeah, useless.
One thing that we do here on this show is that we do these odd but true facts. That's why they call this Mind Equals Blown. And I looked up some odd but true facts for the show tonight.
Let's hear some.
And these are about spiders. And I thought this was appropriate because we're in October, Halloween month.
Yeah.
And some male spiders just want to be eaten.
What?
Black widows are known for cannibalizing their mates, but it doesn't actually happen all the time. The exception seems to be the red widow, where the male force feeds himself to the female by placing himself into her mandibles. If she spits him out, so to speak, he will keep placing himself there until she eventually eats him.
That doesn't make any sense. Spiders are stupid.
Oh, I love that. So what did we learn from this? Spiders are stupid. Okay. Spiders can see what we cannot. Certain species of, I don't know if I can pronounce this right, salcitids, that's SALTICIDS, jumping spiders is what that is, can see into spectrums we humans cannot. A few have been shown to be able to see both UVA and UVB light.
Yeah, we only see a very small sliver of the spectrum. There's a lot out there, a lot on the infrared and a lot on the UV, the ultraviolet.
Some tarantulas fling hair at predators.
Hair?
New World tarantulas are capable of flinging off tiny, irritating hairs known as urticulating hairs to deter potential predators, similar to a porcupine using its quills as a defense. I couldn't say that sentence 10 times fast. Too many tongue twisters in it. Spiders can work together. While most spiders are solitary animals, there are some that form communities building large communal cobwebs. Colonies can number in the thousands of individuals, and they will work together to incapacitate prey trapped in their webs and share the harvest with each other.
Oh my.
Spiders can go fishing. There are some ingenious ways spiders use to capture prey. For instance, the ogre-faced spider weaves a net between its front legs and then dangles above places where prey are likely to pass through. By using its web like a net, it scoops up hapless prey. Bola's spiders use a long line of silk ended with a spot of sticky glue, swinging it at nearby maws to catch them, much like a fishing line.
So instead of the bug coming to the web comes to the bug.
That's right.
Wow.
Spiders are the real superheroes. For its weight, spider web silk is actually stronger and tougher than steel.
Oh, it's tensile strength, or it's insane. Yeah.
Ants can be spiders in disguise. There are over 100 species of spiders that mimic ants by having evolved similar appearances and even similar pheromones. Most do it to evade predators, but a few do it to help them prey on ants. And then the last one says, spiders have inspired their own dance. During the 16th and 17th centuries, it was believed that a bite from a species of wolf spider named Tarantula, found in the Tarantulas region of Italy, would be fatal unless the victim engaged in frenzied dancing to a specific piece of music. It inspired a dance locally known as the tarantula.
Oh my goodness.
And all these facts came from the Smithsonian.
Who knew?
There you go.
Who knew?
So there are your spider facts.
Crazy.
Everything you wanted to know and more.
I don't know what to say. There is a spider outside my door to the back, off the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always there in the corner because the lights come on. We turn the lights so the dog can go out, and then bugs get caught in its web.
Mm-hmm.
I never take it down. I've named him. He comes back every year, or a similar one comes back. It's Reginald.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, be careful of Reginald.
Yep.
He just minds himself in that corner. Like you can walk out we won't go in your face because it's off up in the corner. Yeah, it's cool. He just sits there.
Yeah.
And he's outside the house, and not inside the house. He's outside the house.
I have similar stuff, here where there's spiders and different bugs, that hang around, and they're not bothering me. I'm not bothering them. They're doing whatever they're supposed to be doing for the ecology and environment and all that kind of thing.
I would like to have bats. Bats would be cool because they eat the mosquitoes like nobody's business. They're like mosquito eating machines.
You don't want them in your house, though.
Well, that's how you get them out of your house, is you put a bat house outside, and they'll leave the interior and they'll go into the bat house.
Well, not necessarily, because if a bat gets on the floor, they can't fly. They have to be up on something to jump off of in order to be able to fly. But yeah, you get them suckers in your house. What a nightmare that is. I've had that happen before.
Yeah, bats are cool. I like bats. I was going to build a bird house, but it was actually a bat house. I wanted to build it looking like a bird house with a faux bird entrance, the hole, just be a black circle, but then have the sides be where the bats can go up. And I was going to put it on a big pole in the corner of the property because, they'll do the droppings and they'll get nasty, but it'll be like way off in the corner. But I never did.
That sounds like a palette challenge.
Yeah, I've watched the videos on how to make bat houses. They're pretty easy. You just need a thin space like this, and then you put the plastic not like chicken wire, but plastic, screen on the ends, because for their claws to grab on. And they say you shouldn't use the exposed staples because it could hurt them.
Yeah.
So just kind of build it in such a way that the fasteners are not facing the bat side of it.
Right.
And cut a little slit halfway up to vent, because it can get real hot up in there. And yeah, they'll nestle themselves in that little cavity. They'll go up and they'll be happy as all get out. And then they'll climb down and fly away. And then they'll go fly. The vent shouldn't be like this. It should be so they can land here and then crawl up.
Mm-hmm.
If the wall's like that.
Yeah.
They can come in and land here and then go. Anyway, I was going to build one. I never got around to it because I didn't know if the neighbors would get freaked out about it or what.
Anita says that most female spiders only live until after they hatch their eggs and then they die.
Sucks to be them. Did you watch the Netflix show? It was called My Octopus Teacher.
No. I don't have Netflix.
It's a cool video. It was like a hour and a half or whatever, and the guy went out and skin diving in South Africa, and he found this octopus, and he kept going back every day, and he would look for it. And for the first 2 months, it was real timid. And then it started to get more and more used to him once the octopus thought he wasn't a threat. And he cataloged his experience of dealing with this octopus for it was like almost a whole year until it eventually had babies and then died. And, he would show it escaping prey, all the things the thing about octopuses, super intelligent. They're really smart. And yeah, oh man, it was a fun way to kill like an hour and a half. It was very interesting. Yeah.
Spirit Box Paranormal Dundee is in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. We're getting ready to do a giveaway.
Oh baby.
We got
15 people watching.
We got some new folks in the house, so I'm going to explain how this works. Now, nobody put any numbers in the chat until I say go. Don't put no numbers in there, okay? I'm going to explain how this works. I've got 4 items up here that you'll be able to pick from if you win. Okay, you'll pick one out of the 4. And the way we do this is I have a number that has been written down on a piece of paper and hermetically sealed in a mason jar on Funk and Wagnall's porch since 8 o'clock this morning. The number is between 21 and 29. So you're going to guess a number between 21 and 29.
After you say go.
After I say go. And if you want in on the bonus, all you have to do is guess your number and put a slash mark and guess how many letters in the written out word of that number I have capitalized on this piece of paper.
Brenda does not follow conventional rules for capitalization.
That's right.
Just so you know.
Mainly because I like to aggravate him.
It's true. It's funny because it's true.
So I'm not going to tell you what the 4 items are. We're just going to do the thing, and then I'll tell you what the items are, and the winner can choose what they want out of them. So, are we ready? Go.
All right. Between 21 and 29. Don't pick lower than 21, and don't pick higher than 29.
Right.
So, the number /
We got a winner.
We have a winner already.
Yep. Jim Dockrell.
26-4. Okay, 1 capital, 2 capital, 3 capital, 4 capital, 5 capital, 6 capitals. Okay.
So he did not get the bonus, but he will get he will get to choose his prize.
And he was the first one to put an entry. Wow.
Well,
Congratulations,
I've got
Jim.
him as the second one. I've got Spirit Box Paranormal as the first, and then Jim.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Second. He's a second guess. My goodness.
Jim Dockrell. Now, Jim. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is, Jim, do you want to pay the shipping to get it to you at the North Pole, or do you want to give that to somebody else in the chat? It says, let Jim B have a prize. Okay, Jim Bashirs gets to choose which one of these that he wants. All right. The first item that I have is this. I'll turn it right side up so you can read it. It is an iPad case, and the rubber case. I've got a hard case also in that pack too. So if you got an iPad and you want a new case for it, I've got that.
Jim says he wants to cheer him up for his hospital stay coming up.
There you go. I've got one of my mugs. Brenda G's Designs. Brenda's Crafty Be Like Brenda coffee mug. It is brand new in the box over here. This one's mine. But I got a brand new one in the box over here. And then I've got one of the double cobra bracelets that I make. So if you need a survival bracelet, we got that. And then I got some bling for Mama. If Mama needs some bling, these are the blingy crystal necklaces that I make. And there's one with black crystals and the clear crystals. So those are the 4 items. You tell me which one you want. Jim Bashirs, the bracelet, the necklace, the cup, or the iPad cover.
He says he wants the mug if you put lipstick on it. We don't know if that special request can be fulfilled, but
well, under the circumstances of the diseases rolling around and the pandemics, I don't think we're going to do that.
not that there's any risk of you, because you're basically a hermit.
That's right. Yeah.
And you hate all people.
Yeah.
Not hate all people. All people annoy you, I should say.
Yeah, they're very annoying. How much do I sell the blings for? The blingy necklaces? Those are like $10 plus shipping. It's only like, I don't know, $3 or $4 for shipping.
Brenda, that is very low priced.
I know.
You could get away with $35 easy.
Really? You think so? No, I sell them for like $10.
The materials alone are probably $25.
I buy in bulk.
Oh my goodness.
When I say bulk, it's like 50-gallon drums of beads at a time. You know, we don't fool around.
You know it's in bulk when the truck goes beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
It's backing up.
Right. See, I got to order in big enough bulk that it slows these delivery people down so that I can catch them. Because they like to just, they like little packages because they can just run up and then run away real quick. They're like squirrels. But if I, like 50-gallon drum of beads, it takes them a while to get it up there to the porch. It gives me time to catch them.
You can hear the hand truck, the little cart thump, thump, thump up the steps.
Yeah, Brenda is charging COVID-19 recession prices. Well, I also have an Etsy store. So, now none of my blings are on there. I probably should put some on, but none of my blings are on there. There's my soap. I make the best soap in the whole darn world. So, you can find my soap and my fragrance oils and all that up there on the Etsy store. I've got some really cool signs that I have stenciled and put up there. And I've got some of the crocheted Afghans that I make are up there, baby blankets. And I got some more that I got to get put up there in the next couple of weeks. So
I've bought the soaps in the past. I can vouch for them. They're good. It's goat's milk soap. Is that right?
That's right. Goat's milk soap. It's great for your skin. So if you dry it, have a problem with your hands drying out with all this washing, wash your hands every 5 minutes kind of thing, you need goat's milk soap and your hands won't dry out like that.
So it's like a moisturizer too?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. How
will it moisturize if you just wash all the soap off once you're done?
it's the properties that are in the soap. It's the things that I use to make the soap with that are moisturizing.
Does it sink down into the skin? Is that the concept?
That's right.
Interesting.
Yep. Baby
Cool.
blankets and goat's milk soap. Mel says, "Yeah, I've got."
Which,
well, there's big Afghans on there too. I've got a myriad of different things that I have made up there.
what's the most masculine scent you have for your soaps?
The guys seem to like the red clover the very best.
What does red clover smell like?
Well, it's kind of a clovery,
kind of an outdoorsy smell.
Kind of an outdoorsy scent, yeah.
Okay.
That has always been the most popular of the soaps that the guys like. Although then I came out with the Witch's Brew and the Dragon's Blood, and they like those. And leather is another one that the guys like.
Soap that smells like leather?
Yeah.
Wow.
They like to smell like the inside of their truck.
What's the most odd scent that you have?
Oh gosh. Besides
the Witch's Brew and the Dragon's Blood. Bacon. Do you have bacon scented soap? Says Jim Dockrell.
No, I do have creme brulee.
Oh.
And gingerbread.
Ooh, gingerbread.
And sugar cookie.
Very Games of Throne-ish for the Dragon's Blood, says Mel.
So, there's just a few scents to choose from, right?
Don't you have like 30? Like, how many are there?
There's about 70, I think.
70 different scents. And I'm sure you've got like 20 of each.
Generally, there's around a dozen. I try to keep around a dozen. Some of them will be a little less, as things sell down, but then I go and I make some more.
When was the last time you made a batch? Years ago or?
Oh, no. Probably about 3 weeks ago, I made a batch.
You're still making soap?
Oh, yeah.
What about the soaps channels? There's a huge soaps channels all over YouTube. Don't you put any soap making online?
No. And the reason being, now I've had people say, well, why don't you teach us how to make soap? Because it took me years to perfect my recipe. That's why I say I make phenomenal soap. There's been years go into this and all kinds of experimentation. Let's try a little of this. Let's try a little of that. Let's do this. That didn't work. Let's do this. Let's try that. Let's adjust this. Let's try it. And so since I have put all that time and effort into making that soap, I'll be dogged if I'm going to give away the recipe.
Have you thought about firing up a Thinkific site and doing a course for $97 teaches you how to make goat's milk soap?
No.
Might be something you want to do.
Have you ever seen those memes about Grandma said that I wouldn't get her cookie recipe until she's dead, and then they put Grandma's cookie recipe on her tombstone? That's about what would happen with me. My soap recipe would be on my tombstone because nobody get that recipe until I'm dead.
Oh my gosh.
And even then they probably won't get it because it's all up here. Ain't nothing written down.
I'm searching for your store on Etsy now.
It's BrendaG's Designs. In case you forgot the name of it.
I know. Is there a link to it from your website?
Yep. From YouTube.
Oh, it's on. Okay. YouTube. There's two. Nice.
Yep. I make it pretty easy for people to find it.
Let's see here. Opening a new window. And Etsy. Right there it is on the banner.
That's right.
I gotcha. Here, I'll share my screen. Doot.
There it is. There's the soap and the oils are the featured products there on the page. Because I always have them up. The rest of the stuff comes and goes and all that, but the soap and the oils is always up.
That gingerbread has really kind of got me.
But you see that list he's got pulled up there? That shows you that, I just have few scents available.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, there's about 70 cents there.
But yeah, that's something that I learned how to make just basic goat's milk. Well, basic
do you have
soap.
5 gingerbreads in stock?
Whatever it says there on the side, because I keep that up to date.
Oh, what?
But yeah, I learned how to make basic soap years and years and years ago from my granny. And then I went to fiddling with it, because there's always a better way to build a mousetrap, don't you know? And people were asking me, what, don't you have something that's a little more gentler on your skin? And don't you have something that's a little softer kind of soap? And don't you have something that smells better? And don't you have this, that, and the other thing? So
this must be a popular scent. 6 people have this in their cart. Why are they not putting their orders in?
Well, that'd be a good question. You figure that out.
Will you add a note if I say add
if you figure that out, you let me know and we'll both know.
Add a gift message. Our gift message is free.
Yep.
What should I put as my gift message?
Don't tell my wife I'm giving this to Susan for Christmas. Somebody was asking me the other day, they said, you and I flirt around so much on here. When are we going to start dating?
Us two? No. No. Brenda and I are past that point in our lives.
Oh, this would go down in history as, and that's why I'm still single.
It's fun to do an hour show with Brenda, but to be around Brenda 24/7, whoo, that would change a man.
No, he's extremely OCD and I'm not.
Well, I guess I got to sign in.
That would just end him right there. Bless his heart. Frankie's leaving. Bye, Frankie. Thanks for coming.
Frankie, drop a like on your way out, please. That helps the channel.
Did you ever tell me what you wanted in the things that I had put up here? Because I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah. He said he wanted a mug.
He wants the mug. Okay.
Yeah, he wants the mug with lipstick on it, but the lipstick got denied. So.
Okay. Well, Jim, if you don't mind, if you could type your address in on Messenger for me, keep me from having to look for it, and I'll get this out in the mail tomorrow when I run my errands. I got a list tomorrow. I got a big old long list, as long as my arm, places I got to go, people I got to see, things I got to do.
She's busy. She's a busy woman.
I was making out my list a while ago because I did not want to forget anything. Now, see, here's how this works. I don't know if anybody else like this or not, but I make out this list because I know I've got so many that if I don't write it all down, I'm going to forget something. And typically what I forget is to take the list with me when I go.
Brenda.
That's how I roll.
That's important.
That's how I roll. I forget to take the list. But if I've written it down, I usually remember what's on it. That's the thing. That's the important part right there. And luckily tomorrow, everything, once I stop at one place, that kind of leads to the next place I got to go, because I got to do something there that takes me to the next place I got to go. Anita says, been there, done that. I'm big on that at the grocery store too. That's why I kind of like this thing where you just order your groceries and go pick them up. Because then, I only have myself to blame if I put my order in before I've got everything ordered on it. But I will forget to take the list to the store with me. And then I'm guessing at what I needed to pick up.
Sorry, I'm actually ordering these items, so I'm
Okay.
a little silent.
All right. Silence is golden.
I've submitted my credit card. It has accepted my credit card. Add an optional note to the seller. Okay, chat room. What should my optional note to the seller be?
I know what he'd like to tell me most of the time. But
I don't know if I want to
know. So that's the quietest Matt's been in weeks.
I am a bit of a blabbermouth, aren't I?
And they just said to watch out with my evil laugh. I sound like them girls on that. What was that show called? Where they was all running amok.
Kardashians?
No. The witches were.
Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't the mugs come with
lip marks?
Oh, lip marks. So I have to redesign that one, I guess.
Yeah. Due to the pandemic, we have a tendency not to do that. Your wife's going to be wondering who you're hanging with. You start getting mugs with lipstick marks on them.
Shipping's free.
Yeah.
That's the big push on Etsy, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. My order is in. Good.
I will take care of that tonight as well. So your stuff will be winging its way to you tomorrow.
You don't have to. Hey, I'm in no rush.
Hey, I'm quick. I'm good. I get orders. I pack them up. I send them out. You know, we don't just sit and worry about it here. We just take care of business. You could put the lip stickers on them.
Here, share my screen, please.
Thank you for your order.
I don't know if this means anything, but I'll favorite your shop.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I don't know if that translates to any benefits to you.
I'm not real sure either. You know, it gives me messages when people favorite the shop, and so I don't know if that pushes
I still have my shop up.
Etsy has a tendency not to want to promote your shop unless you're paying them to do so. But the way they go about it is they charge you so much per sale that they say they drove to your site. And there's no way to prove that they drove that traffic to your site.
Help me here. Can you help me with something? So how do I get to my shop?
Well, I don't know. What is your shop? You have a shop on Etsy?
I have an Awesome Wood Things shop. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you would need to go to the, there should be a search bar on the main page. Probably just go to Etsy.com.
I'm logged in. Okay. Oh, here it is. Wait, this is it.
Okay.
Well, this is the item I have for sale, but that's not my shop homepage.
Well, you probably have to go to the main Etsy screen and type in the name of your shop.
Okay. Back to listings. My profile. How do I get back to Etsy? Oh, here, wait. Sales channel. Boom. There it is. Yep. I'm killing it on the Etsy. 0 sales.
What are you doing to promote it?
Not a darn thing.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Look at this. Here we go. It could be yours for $7.
That's right. Got his instructions up there on how to make the disc.
Shop members. I'm Matt, and I like to make things out of wood, not just any old things that are awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, I have a lot to get my Etsy empire up and running.
You go around to the different Facebook groups and list your shop there, and you go to the different things, Twitter and Instagram. And you said you're over on Reddit. You could promote it over on Reddit.
Yeah.
And you do your own promotion work is what you do.
Well, I was going to give away some plans for free, and one of the woodworking community members says, well, you really should charge for something, because then it drags the rest of us down, because you should charge something. So I have this Etsy store. I think they charge me 25 cents a month or something.
It's 20 cents every time you list, which is every 4 months.
There's a repeating charge.
Yeah.
Just for having the shop. I don't know what it is. It's not much, but I always pay it.
And then Jim Dockrell said, but did he put a thumbs up on this video?
Who? Me?
You.
I put 7 thumbs up on BrendaG's Designs Mind Equals Blown video. Yeah. I did all my channels.
We had this chat before we went on the air tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I ask you about where you promoting it, Mark says, well, there's your problem. Yeah, promote that puppy in every venue that won't kick you out for doing so. Exactly.
That's
exactly.
The way to do it.
I have not really started my promotion on the Etsy store for the holiday season yet. Right now I'm just trying to get everything listed in there, and if I can get the doggone garage out of the way, so that I could get some stuff in the house taken care of. There's some more stuff that I want to get finished up to get on there. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I've got probably until about Thanksgiving. By Thanksgiving, I want everything done and up. And then once we get to Thanksgiving, I'll start promoting the shop.
Gotcha.
Because most of my sales come over the holiday season.
See, as I've gotten older, I like the digital products and not the physical products. It just seems to be an easier seller experience. So I do sell stuff online, but I would push my course over my Etsy store just because that's where my focus is.
Well, it's difficult to do soap as a digital experience.
I'm not saying it's good for you.
Here is this digital blanket.
We might be on something there. We should sell that just to see if people are stupid enough to buy it. Did you know there was an app on the Apple Store or the App Store that it just says "I am rich" and it just shows a red diamond. That's all it does, and it was $999. It was the maximum. It was the maximum that you could have. It's true, and I think 9 people bought it. Mark says, folks who follow me on Facebook know that at about 11 a.m. Sunday morning, I'm going to be promoting my video about a dozen groups. Yeah, Mark puts it everywhere. Thankfully, Mark, you're not as bad as some people, because I open up the phone and it's 2 whole screens of the same video promoted in dozens of groups, multiple dozens of groups. Sometimes out of happenstance, it'll be, turning video, and then someone else will slip something in, turning video.
Oh, I thought you was going to say mine equals one, mine equals one, mine equals one. Because I listed in every group that will allow me to. And I even had one that kicked me out of their group. Didn't say nothing to me, but kicked me out of their group because I guess they didn't want me promoting my videos. I don't know. Other people were promoting theirs. Beats me. But yeah, I got the boot out of one here about a month ago. I thought, well, just tell me you don't want me to promote it there and I won't do it,
Hey, I have a content idea for you for videos.
Okay.
I was going to do this, but I'm like, I don't have time to do this. I saw somewhere that there's a video with like 1 million views, and And it's how to do something so ridiculously obvious. People are just checking it out because it's so ridiculous. It was how to drink a glass of water. It tells you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to call it awesome obvious things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Instead of awesome wood things, awesome fun things, awesome obvious things. And I was going to do tutorials on the most obvious.
Kind of a take on Mr. Obvious. You know, do you ever hear those old clips of Mr. Obvious where somebody would call in and ask some ridiculous question? And, Mr. Obvious would start in asking him questions, because I really want to understand exactly what you need to know here. So let me ask you this. And he'd ask, and yeah, but I just really don't understand, why I'm getting this result. And Mr. Obvious would ask him something else. It was usually because they hadn't turned on the object or,
You need to turn the VCR on as step one.
Yeah. One I got a kick out of was somebody called Mr. Obvious about his wife, and he says it was the maintenance guy was coming over all the time, couldn't seem to get things repaired, and he thinks the guy's incompetent, and he says and he won't come over unless my wife's at home. And I go to work and I leave him there, and he's there all day, and when I get home he hasn't accomplished anything, and I just don't understand why he's not getting anything done, So Mr. Obvious starts asking a question about, well, what kind of jobs you giving him to do? And that, and we get to the end of it and you're figuring out that it's obvious that the wife and the maintenance guy have a thing going on. And
yeah.
He said, well, caller, I think probably what you need to do is you need to find another maintenance person, and you need to be there when the maintenance person is there so you can supervise them to see that they're getting the job done. And
K-Dog M Key is here. She says, or he or she says, Brenda, muchly love you muchly.
Yep, that's K-Dog Mikey.
Oh, Mikey, that's right.
Good to see you, Mikey. Long time no see. Good to have you here. Welcome. You're always welcome here. We're here every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I am. Matt's not always here.
Come on. How many episodes have we done? You need to get the episode count figured out.
Well, almost 104, because we started it in January of 2019, and the very first week of 2019. There's 52 weeks in a year.
Because I'm at 111 all things YouTubes, I think.
So we would be coming up. First. Well, the end of December would be 104 episodes. That'd be two full years.
Oh, so we're not at 100 yet. We should figure out when our 100th episode is.
Well, it'll be 4 weeks shy at the end of the year. Let's see here. Go to December. And the last Thursday is New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve.
Jeff Robinson's here. He says, what can I do with all my VHS tapes? Probably 100 or more. Do they have content that you want to save? There's services you can send them to, and they'll rip them down to MP4s for you.
December the 3rd ought to be the 100th episode.
Wow.
And good. Probably for that episode, I will probably do something really interesting with the giveaway. Because I was wanting to do something really interesting with the giveaway in December anyway, and get it to people in time for Christmas. But that's going to be one y'all ain't going to want to miss that one.
Oh, no. Mikey says, I'm sorry for being this way. I'm going through a breakup with my girlfriend. She stole my money. I have 14 cents. Caught her in bed with another man. I'm sorry for being like this.
Aw, that's a shame. That's pitiful. Well,
damn, brother.
What goes around comes around. She get hers. Sorry to hear that. Well, they say, though, that when you're at the bottom, there ain't no place to go but up. So look at the bright side. You're down about as far as you can go. There's no place to go but up. You're rid of her, right? You don't have her hanging around anymore. Surely to goodness you're not keeping her hanging around after she did that. So she's gone. It's a small price to pay to be rid of her if that's what she's all about. Look at the bright side.
Oh, government warrant for her arrest. Well, wow.
Yep, she'll get hers. So
I read these Reddit posts where there's like breakups that go wrong or something like that, and the one story was the girlfriend stole some items, but she also stole the boyfriend's registered firearm, and that is a felony.
Yeah.
And he tried to get the authorities to go after her for that, and it was quite the battle because it turned out that the police have to take the action. Like he was trying to, I don't know, he was doing something. He was acting. He was trying to put the orders through or something like that. But anyway, they finally acted on the crime, and I think she was put in jail. I think she served time, because that is one thing you don't do is you. My friend had one of his firearms stolen when he had an apartment, and it did get recovered, and there was a uniformed police officer after it all settled down, came to his door, handed him over his firearm because he was rightfully his. Yeah, that was messed up.
Sonny J. Shore's Travel Adventures is in the house. Good to see you.
Hi, Sonny.
And Portal says best way to get over one girlfriend is to go out and get 2 new ones.
Portal's a smart man. I would listen to Portal. Yeah. Oh, and Mikey says he's got to grab something to eat.
Well, no, you're not being anyway. You know, you've been shat upon, and we can understand. You know, you might be down a little bit after all that, but hey, you know, try to look at the bright side of this. You know, count your blessings. Count how many things you can be grateful for, and
light a fire under your butt. Be better. Get better. Put safeguards in place. You know, learn from it.
That's right.
I don't have all the answers, but man, you know.
What I generally do when I get to feeling down about something, or, you know, get worried about something or aggravated about something, I try to get myself in a frame of mind where I can start counting my blessings and how many things that I can be grateful for. And, you know, I'm so grateful and thankful to have this and to have that and this and that and the other thing. And before you know it, your demeanor has greatly improved. You know, you're getting a whole different outlook on life. And that's way better for you and your health than to think about, well, you know, this one did that to me and that one did that to me and I ain't got this and I ain't got that. What do you have? You know, be grateful for what you got. So hope that was of some help to you.
Good way to double your problems, David, says Jim Dockrell. See, now Jim Dockrell, you know, he's a smart one too. Sometimes his comments might lead you to believe he's not smart, but I see through you, Jim. I know you're smart.
Instead of 2 girlfriends, I'd go out and buy me a couple dogs or get a couple cats or something, you know, because they don't do those kind of things to you. They might just leave a mess that you got to clean up once in a while. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, the trade-off. Yeah, you got to look at the trade-off. No money, pile of poop.
Those Australian shepherds, man, you know, if they're anything like my sister-in-law's Australia, they're super lovable dogs.
Oh yeah,
very affectionate.
Yeah,
and happy.
Always happy.
It's like, you know, it's like you're walking like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. I've never met you before, but I'm so glad you're here. Like, that's probably what the dog is thinking. You could just tell just by the demeanor of the dog.
Mom's home. I thought she was never coming back. Oh my God. It's like you've been to the mailbox.
Gil Davis is here. Hello.
Glad to see you, Gil. Gil is my neighbor to the north. and he's involved in amateur radio. I met him through the amateur radio club here in town, and I donated a bunch of equipment to the local ham radio club when I went through the garage. And
what was your handle?
KB8LUP is my amateur radio call sign.
Gotcha.
Kilo Bravo 8 Lima Uniform Papa, otherwise known as Killer Bulldogs, 8 little ugly people.
See, ham radio is the perfect thing for you because I
have a face for ham radio. Is this what you're telling me? You only have a face for radio.
Don't put words in my mouth. Because there's one characteristic that's common for everyone who's a ham radio person. They love to talk. They're talkers because that's what you do. You talk on the ham radio.
Oh, well, when I was the president of a club over in Ohio, they loved it when I would tell them, what we have here is a failure to communicate. And this is a bad hobby to have that kind of a problem.
Exactly. Oh, my microphone was invented by a gentleman who was a ham radio guy.
Yep.
And he wanted better microphones. Yep. So he worked and he finally perfected it.
And I have met Mr. Heil. He's a fine gentleman.
Bob Heil. Yep. Last name Heil.
Yep.
Good guy. Still around. Not dead yet.
Well, I guess they still have. They didn't have one this year, but there was the Ham Bench in Dayton, Ohio, which is the largest one probably in the world. And I used to take that in because that was our local show. And Bob Heil set up there at the show. And so several years, I'd go over there to the booth and talk to him. And I had one of his radios. I had the gold microphone that they made. And
from Bob Heil? The PR40? The gold PR40? Heil PR40?
Yeah, I had the gold one.
Nice.
I don't know if I sold it or traded it off with some other equipment. I don't know. I mean, there's been so much radio equipment, come and go over the years and all that. But yeah, I had the gold one. I didn't like it because I wanted a foot pedal on it for 2 meters, and they didn't make them with a foot pedal for 2 meters. But
what does a foot pedal have to do with ham radio?
When you talked on the radio to key it, I wanted to be able to key it with my foot. Because that way I could be doing other things with my hands. I could either be typing or knitting or crocheting or what. I didn't have to actually push, physically hand push the talk button.
I got you.
And they weren't set up for ladies who had lots of things to do. And I did let him know that, look, not all of your amateur radio operators are gentlemen. You have ladies out here that are doing other things and they want to be able to work a foot pedal to push to talk. So you need to fix that. I don't think they ever did, but
see, they should put you in charge.
That's right. When I'm in charge, things will be different. Didn't say better. I said different. And speaking of that, there will be another Heifer Haven going out tonight that y'all ain't going to miss because it's something that I generally don't talk about on my channel, but I think this was worth the recording. It's going to involve politicians. Heifer Haven speaks on politicians.
You heard it here first, folks.
So later tonight, you might want to tune that one in. You never know what Heifer Haven's going to have for advice.
After Heifer Haven's over, I do a few errands around the house, and then I'll be checking the YouTubes for it.
Yep. But he's reading some of the stuff there in the chat. I'm trying to come up with $8 so I can go to the Dollar Tree and get stuff to eat till next Wednesday is payday. Hey, I know what you mean. I feel your pain, Mike, and it has nothing to do with somebody stealing my money. It's that we've gone 5 weeks between paydays this month. Sometimes it's 4, and every once in a while it's 5 weeks between for Social Security. And this is the 5 month, and I got to go till next Wednesday to be able to go get groceries and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of ramen consumed between now and next Wednesday. It is what it is, because I've had to put out so much money on that garage trying to get stuff fixed. Every time you turn around, it's, well, we got to get this. No, you got to go run get that. You got to go get this, and you got to go get that. And I've been nickeled and dimed to death with screws and nuts and bolts and and saw blades and oh my God.
I think it was Wednesday. I get up to work and I'm going through my email and it says low balance alert. I'm like, oh crap. And Tracy, my wife, she's like, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store after work. She gets off in the morning. She works night shift. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh no. So I sent her a message. I was like, low balance. Don't go crazy at the store. She never got the message. She comes home with a huge bill. I'm like, oh. She comes in the door and I come down the steps. She goes, I didn't get your message in time. I didn't even say anything to her. She's like, I didn't get your message in time.
Holy smoke.
It's like, you couldn't wait till Friday. She did it on Wednesday. Like, we could have waited until.
Man. But yeah, I know the feeling of the low pocketbook money. Ever since I retired, let's just put it that way. But it's been worse since this van debacle where they chopped up my van, because everything has just been juggle. I sold the van so I could use some money to pay off this and to get the car and then fix the garage. And it's always something. And the stimulus money getting hung up is not helping anything any. If they help with the stimulus money a little bit, at least, that would be a tiny bit of relief.
I got a check, a voucher in the mail from my Costco, because Costco will, you pay the $65 membership fee and then they'll give you a little bit back for what you spend. And I even bumped it up to the executive membership, like the extra. I paid extra for that one. So I must be in it for like $110 worth of membership fees. So the refund I got back was $56. I'm like, it's like, why? But anyway.
Yeah, Jim Dockrell says their credit card's taking a beating until the house money comes in. Yeah, I know. And Gil says $65 now.
Well, what you do is you go to Costco and then you can take it off of your bill, or they'll hand you the cash. And it's odd because it only comes in a printed mail voucher. Like, there's nothing you can do electronic. And if you lose it, they will not give you another one. This is the policy. It's always been that way. And one time I was using the Costco MasterCard. They give you a MasterCard. I guess it was American Express at the time. They switched to MasterCard. Anyway, I was using that for work. So they would fly me out to California and I would stay at, the airline was on it and the hotel was on it and all my expenses were on it. And that reimbursement was big and fat.
Yeah.
But all the travel has stopped in Matt's career. So now it's $65.
Yeah.
So you have to spend $110 on the membership and then to get it back. Like, you're supposed to shop there enough that you make it back and you don't feel it. Well,
we don't have any Costco's around here close.
Costco are amazing.
There's some Sam Clubs, but even those are a drive to get to. And now I'm driving a Beetle. So even if I belong to those kind of places, I don't have a vehicle to haul the kind of, amount of stuff that I would need to haul if I was paying a membership fee. If I had my van, that would be a different story. But
I'll tell you what.
No longer.
Now, Costco has their own brand called Kirkland. And I swear every comparison to a name brand versus Kirkland, no matter what it is, Kirkland is better. Like, they don't put it on the shelves unless it's vastly superior. And it doesn't, even because it's mostly food items, but if you, even the trash bags, like the Glad kitchen trash bags are inferior compared to the Kirkland brand. Like, every category, Kirkland brand is. So their pizza, the Kirkland pizza, it's the #1 pizza in America. Costco sells more pizza than Pizza Hut.
Wow.
And that's they'll cook it for you, and they'll sell the frozen pizza. Both the cooked and the frozen combined count. The count of pizzas is more than Pizza. Costco.
Wow.
Because the pizza's banging. The pizza's delicious.
Yeah, Gil lives just north of Maine. He says that he has Sam's, which is similar to Costco. But yeah, here I'd have to go to Kokomo, I think, or up to Fort Wayne or Indianapolis or Dayton in order to get to a Sam's Club. And that's quite a drive. And even then, you can only put just so much stuff in a Beetle.
All right, that's true.
It's got a decent amount of space in it for, like, you know, if you're going weekly grocery shopping or even for 2 weeks, you know, but
make no mistake, Costco has high-end items for affluent people. Like, they'll have rings that are $15,000. Like, yeah, they'll have the highest end television. Now, they'll have other ones too, but if you want luxury and they have it, because they go after, you know, they
it's been a long time since I've been at Sam's Club, but I don't think they have that caliber.
Sam's Club is a Walmart entity, and Walmart has some shady business practices as far as I'm concerned.
Gil says that Sam's Plus membership's $100 a year, free shipping on most items. He uses it a lot, and Costco has great pizza.
And you know what else Costco does? They freaking pay their employees and take care of them. Almost all of the management has been promoted from within instead of hiring out. And people work there for years. They love it because they get health care, they get time off. I mean, it's not extravagant, but compared to what some companies are doing, yeah, it's that they take care of their employees. And I always see the same faces. Like always the same face. I'm getting to know the people.
The last time that I ordered groceries up here at the Walmart here in town, I ordered them so I could go curbside pickup, and I get there and the girl comes out with my groceries and she's just thanking me profusely up one side and down the other for my business. And I mean, it was only like $40 worth of groceries. It wasn't like I broke the bank. Okay.
Hey, my friend Debbie Hatch is in the chat. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. And she just keeps going on and gushing on and on about, thank you so much for your business. Thank you for coming back. We really appreciate you coming back, and going on and to the point where it was like, what the hell is going on? And I know, you know, I had the mask on, but I'm looking at her over the mask, and I'm sure it showed in my eyes, and I'm wondering, what in the hell are you doing? And she finally says, well, look, we're having a really rough time keeping people hired, and we keep hiring people and we keep training people, and we can't even get them through the training before they quit. And we're just all overworked and trying to do the very best job we can. And I know that the people are kind of getting fed up with some of the practices that's going on because we just can't keep people working. And so we really appreciate you coming back and repeating your business here.
Well, there you go.
And I thought, but isn't Walmart paying like an excess of $15 an hour, and you can't keep people working during the pandemic? Are you kidding? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I would think that people be hungry enough that they would be out there, you know, trying to make some money to feed the family. And how difficult is it to pick groceries off a shelf?
Gil knows. Gil says Costco employees love working there, period. Yep.
He said he ordered a bottle of laundry detergent, free shipping. I didn't even think about ordering from Sam's Club.
You know what they have there? Now, I'm not a wine drinker, but they have Costco wine. It's like a very high-end brand. They sell it as another brand outside the store. And it's really expensive. Dirt cheap. My cousin goes there and buys a whole crate of the stuff.
It's not in a box, is it?
No. Bottled wine. but it's the Costco brand wine, but it's very high-end wine because the way it works is like the manufacturer sells it to several companies and then they slap their own labels on it. And Costco is not out to make any money. As a matter of fact, the business model is all of the merchandise sales are basically break even and they make money on the membership. That's why there's never any discounts on the membership. There's never any retail me not codes you can put in to bring it down. It's all the price that's listed is the price you pay for the membership, because a vast majority of the profit comes from that, and they lower everything to the floor.
Yeah, I only ask about it being in a box because there's a friend of mine that used to drink wine, and he got it. I think it was from Aldi's. I'm not sure, but his wife let it slip to me one day that the wine was in a box, and so I teased him about that like forever. I said, "Are you going to have some of that high-end wine that you got in the box in the refrigerator tonight?"
You know what the irony is about boxed wine?
What?
Stays fresh longer because the bag collapses and doesn't let any air in. When you're pouring in a bottle and you recork it, it's got a whole bunch of air in there, and that degrades the quality of the wine. So it's actually...
Why would you have leftover wine?
Well, that I can't answer.
Because, see, if I buy wine, I'm buying it to cook with. And the only way that you're really going to be able to cook with wine is if you taste it first. So you pour a glass of wine and you taste the glass of wine. You have to drink it all to make sure you really understand how good this wine is in order to be able to cook with. And then generally whatever's left in the bottle, you pour into what, the beef bourguignon or whatever it is that you're cooking. And if there's any in the bottle still, there's not room enough in the pot for the rest of that, you put that back in the glass and taste that to make sure that the bottom of it tasted as good as the top.
Sounds like you got it all figured out, Brenda.
And there is no wine left in the bottle when you're done.
Unfortunately, there's no wine left. Got to play it up.
Just say, that's the proper way to cook with wine.
Anita says, Brenda's feeling pretty good, LOL. Yep.
Now, how many people are going to be cooking turkey for Thanksgiving?
The Haas family's cooking turkey for other family members. Yep.
See, I'm going to have, for holidays or special occasions like my birthday or whatever, I have a T-bone steak because I like T-bone steak. And I only have it on special occasions because that is expensive. But, for me, if you're sitting there with $1 million in your back pocket, I guess it's probably not that expensive. But for me, little Social Security lady here, that is expensive. So I have myself a T-bone steak. However, if you're going to have turkey for Thanksgiving, are you going to stuff it with popcorn?
That's not what you do.
You stuff it with popcorn, and when it blows the door off of the oven, it's done. Follow me for more delicious recipes.
All right. I think it's time we wrap this up.
He's had as much fun as he can stand for one night.
We have to leave on a high note. That was the high note.
We'll let y'all go this week, and we'll see you back here next Thursday. Remember, there's a Heifer Haven coming out later tonight, and Matt will have his show on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time at All Things YouTube on the YouTubies. So we will see you here, there, hither, thither, and yon, and we hope y'all had a good time. And Jim, send me your address so that I can get your mug out to you. We will see you all later on. Thanks for coming. Love you.